Ride is brought to you in part by 866 Law Friend. Ride safe, ride smart. Offices in Palm Harbor. Thanks for tuning in. This week we're off to the mountains of North Carolina, where Jim Miller and Neil Bailey take us on a tour of the fantastic Wheels Through Time Museum. It's all coming up right here, only on Born to Ride. While in Central Florida, the staff and crew of Born to Ride stay exclusively at the Radisson Resort Orlando Celebration.
Hi, this is Fran Hock. I never miss reading my copy of Born to Ride magazine, and neither should you. Born to Ride, #1.
I'm publisher Ron Galletti, and I approve this message.
How close does a motorcycle have to be before you see it? Here or here? At an intersection, look, then look again. Think. Look twice for motorcyclists.
Hi, I'm Jim Miller with another edition of On the Road. Today I'm in Maggie Valley, North Carolina at the Wheels Through Time Museum with Neil Bailey. Neil, tell us a little bit about, you've been here before, so tell me a little bit about what we're going to see here today.
Well, Jim, firstly, great to be back on the road for Born to Ride as ever. Good to see you up here in my neck of the woods. As you said, we're at the Wheels Through Time Museum. This is a 40,000 square foot facility. It is stuffed full of American motorcycles. There's 240 vintage American motorcycles here from the turn of the century all the way through. 23 different marks are represented here. And the whole collection inside the museum is the work of one man, and that man is Dale Wachsler. And this is just the most incredible place you have ever been. Everything in this museum runs, and Dale is probably going to fire something up for us and tell us a little bit about the museum today.
As I walk around here, I am just amazed and speechless at some of the things that I see. And watching Dale take visitors and crank up an old motorcycle and rev the thing up, it's incredible. And everybody is just flabbergasted and excited, almost like a kid, to see these old bikes run.
What's been really nice for me, Jim, is since I came to Wheels Through Time a couple of years ago, is becoming friends with Dale. I've written a lot of stories about the museum. We've done some really cool projects. I followed Dale as he restored a 1924 Harley-Davidson, brought it back to life. Last year, back in the summer, Dale took out his 1936 great race motorcycle. It's a development engine Harley. He took an old panhead, and we spent 3 days riding along the Blue Ridge Parkway, and it was just tremendous.
Well, I'm really excited about this. Why don't we see if we can find Dale and have him show us around?
Well, you know what, Jim? I think I saw him down at the old workshop working on a generator or something. So should we see what he's up to?
That old vintage shop that he's got down there?
Yeah, he was working on a piece sitting over there. So let's go see if we can find him.
Come along with us.
Hey, Dale, what are you up to there?
You know, I was trying to make this 1918 Bosch Magneto spark again. My Henderson's a little weak in the mag area, and I thought this might bring it back to life. Looks like I've got it working pretty good.
Last time I was here last year, we went out, we took a ride in the Blue Ridge Parkway. Let's talk a little bit about that ride.
You know,
what were we riding? That really rare bike?
That was really such a great ride. You know, the yellow motorcycle, the 1936 prototype Flathead 80 was the bike that Wayne Stanfield rode in the Great American Race from Ottawa, Canada to Mexico City in 1995. And that's kind of my regular rider bike. And of course, the green bike's a 56 Harley Panhead that came from right here in Maggie Valley, a really interesting fellow that was a musician, thought this would be a good home for it. And what a great time we had. You know, we put 500-600 miles on in a weekend and love to do it again.
Tell us how you got started. Give us a little bit of, you know, this didn't just happen overnight, I'm sure.
Well, you know, I think probably a very important event in my life when I was 15 years old, I bought an old motorcycle, and a friend of mine sold me an old bike about the same time. Sold me this whole 1938 Harley Flathead for $90, and I was in the process of fixing up my old 52, and in working on those two bikes, I sold one part off that 1938 Harley for $125, And I said, I think I could do this the rest of my life. And, 38 years later, 24 years in the motorcycle industry, here we are at Wheels Through Time, and it's really the living history of what we all love.
Tell us a little bit about some of the specialty bikes. We have a bike here called a trough. I mean, this is a fantastic piece. What's the story here?
I really think people drive thousands of miles to look at the trough motorcycle, hear it run. I drive it pretty regularly, almost every day. And the trough is such a unique piece. It was discovered in a bricked up wall in Chicago in 1967. And at that time it was realized that there was no, other than the maker's name, there was no history of this particular make or mark of motorcycle. So 35 years later, we're still looking for maybe a clue to whoever could have built this motorcycle. After it was pushed out of the bricked up wall in Chicago, it went to California. Bud Eakins owned the bike for a while, and of course Bud was Steve McQueen's stuntman and a very interesting fellow. He sold the bike to a fellow named Richard Morris, and I had been in Richard's garage and saw the bike some time ago and fell in love with it, and in a subsequent conversation with Richard, he informed me he was going to sell that rare motorcycle, and after some deliberation, I was the next owner. Now it's here, and it's delighted. 100,000 people have really enjoyed looking and seeing that motorcycle run.
What are some of the special parts about it? I mean, what made it so different from bikes of that era?
Well, it's really so unique in manufacturing. If you look at Harley-Davidson or Indian of that same period, they had a staff of drafting people and pattern makers and machinists, and the Trough is actually superior in most ways to other motorcycles of its same time period. It has a very unique engine. It has a 4-inch stroke and a 3.5-inch bore. It's 78 cubic inches. It has a very novel 3-speed transmission that has 2 neutrals that are indicated on the shift pattern with a 0 rather than an end, which is unique. It has double acting rear brake. All the controls and tanks and frame are all hand built. It looks like it's a factory produced model, but no known history of that particular maker.
I've been representing accident victims for nearly a decade, and I've always wanted an office where my clients would feel comfortable and welcome. I'm attorney Fran Hosch, and I've also always been a fighter, never backing down to any insurance company or their attorneys when it comes to representing my clients' rights. Let me deal with the insurance company so you don't have to. If you've been injured in an accident, please call me at 866-LAW-FRAN or log on to lawfran.com.
Central Florida, get ready. Eagle Rider and Born to Ride's Wednesday night bike night has moved to the Tilted Kilt, Orlando, on University Boulevard. Everyone is invited to make this the biggest and best bike night in Central Florida. Vendors welcome. Call 888-274-7152.
Welcome to Tilted Kilt, home of the hottest bike night in Central Florida.
Wednesday night, Central Florida, it's going off right here. It's the Tilted Kilt. Chip, the GM right here, man. What is going on tonight?
I'll tell you what, guys. You got 2 wheels, 3 wheels. You got to bring them on down on Wednesdays, 7 to 10. We got $2 Bud and Bud Light bottles, a bunch of great girls, great food. It's the place to be on Wednesday night if you're riding. Come on down and check us out, man.
I mean, Eagle Riders here, been on the radio, 104.1. Everybody's talking about it, man. The bikes. There's hundreds of bikes here tonight, man. What do you think of that?
I'll tell you what, man, this is only our 3rd week. It's only going to get bigger and better from here. It's something to build on, but like I said, you guys out there, you got some wheels, come on down. This is going to be the best party at all on Wednesday nights.
Tell me about the food here, Chip. You got some great food, and the girls are bodacious.
Bodacious girls. Well, that's what, we're all about, taking care of you guys. The food is great. The girls are even better. We've got a little something for everyone. We got wings, burgers, just about everything you can imagine. Something for everyone. Kids eat free all summer long. Bring the kids down. Something for everyone here at the Tilted Kilt. Great happy hour prices. Gonna have great TVs, great service, and it's a party every day.
I'm telling you, he's a rider himself. People, this is the place to be. What is it, every Wednesday or once a month? Every Wednesday.
Oh, every Wednesday from 7 to 10. You guys come on down. It's 7 to 10 for the beer specials, but we don't call quits. We close the doors at 2 o'clock. You can leave anytime you want.
Every Wednesday right here, the Tilted Kilt. Once a month, Born to Ride's going to be here taping, putting you on TV. Y'all come on out and check it out. Tilted Kilt University every Wednesday night.
It's a place to rock, eh?
Hey, it's Daniel Dennis from the Monsters of the Morning on Real Radio 104.1, and you're watching Born to Ride TV, borntoride.com. You can go there. What do you think of Born to Ride? Don't worry about it. We're going to be out here every Wednesday, so come on out. It's the Tilted Kilt. It's on University, right by UCF. Do you like working here? Don't worry about it. Come on out here. You're going to hang with us. We're doing an awesome bike night. It's terrific. You love working here, right? Born to Ride.
It's Eagle Rider motorcycle sales direct to the public. They're holding their mega volume sale with a massive inventory of used motorcycles to choose from as low as $10,995. They have over 50 electric glides, over 30 street glides, and over 20 Road Kings. Save thousands of dollars, and you can rent from Eagle Riders the bike you've always wanted to own, and they will knock the rental price off the cost of your motorcycle when you buy it. Check out the Eagle Rider Destinations Ride every month in the pages of Born to Ride magazine. Eagle Rider, for over 20 years, delivering dreams to motorcycle riders everywhere.
Everyone was right, I was born to ride.
Born to Ride is a multimedia marketing and promotional machine with TV, magazines, streaming radio, and internet advertising opportunities. There are tens of thousands of motorcycles. We reach the people who ride them. Born to Ride. Find out more at borntoride.com.
Like watching Born to Ride television? Like reading our magazine? Like us on Facebook.
Hey, Dale here from Wheels Through Time. Kind of the end of the day, had a great day starting bikes and running bikes for people here at the museum. Ended up on the Thor motorcycle, a pretty interesting machine. The Thor company actually started in Aurora, Illinois, somewhere around 1901. In fact, it was the Thor company that actually built the first motors, I think for the first 1,000 or 2 Indian motorcycles. They also went on to build their own bike called the Thor. Their heyday, around 1913, 1914. Thors were quite popular in the Chicago area, especially in the Midwest also. The Thor Racing Department built right in Chicago, and they built this motorcycle in 1913. It's a Model SR, and I believe it to be the only Model SR Thor motorcycle in the world. Factory racing job, drop handlebars, cool little bitty seat, 1,000cc engine, quite a good sized motor. This machine is equipped with a clutch. You can actually drive this bike. In fact, earlier this year, I took this bike at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, taught a fellow how to ride it. They were using the bike for some of their PR work for the upcoming MotoGP race. Love the Thor motorcycle. I've had it for probably about 12 or 13 years. I found it in really mostly original condition, although it was disassembled. I very carefully went through the engine. It runs perfect. What a rare bike. You know, I think it's really pretty unlikely another Thor twin-cylinder racing bike will ever appear anywhere. It's the only one I've ever seen. Been to quite a few various swap meets and bike shows. Never seen a Thor racer. Of course, after studying board track racing for nearly 30 years, I've never heard of another Thor racing bike. Truly a testament to the American ingenuity in 1913 and 1914. You know, I could talk about board track racing all day long. This machine, what a special tale, a real personal place in my heart with this bike. I'm going to crank it up. Pretty simple process. Decompress the engine. Give it about 2 pedals. This thing ought to roar to life. Let's see what it'll do. You know, when I rode this bike at the Indy Speedway, I had it up to 67 miles an hour, had it clocked with one of the Honda Repsol replicas. Truly great bike, a real piece of American history, the Model SR Thor.
For all those people that are all smartened up talking Kiz, Arnie, and K-Fizz, Abe, they know what's going on. What you gonna do when Born to Ride runs wild on you, brother?
Chaz here at Tropical Cycle Docks. I've told you I like the vintage stuff, but also I'm really into speed stuff and high performance. I'm the lead tech on a land speed racing team at the Bonneville Salt Flats. 2009, we pulled a record of 243 miles an hour. That's booking it. So if you're thinking about maybe making your scoot go a little bit faster, I'd love to help you out. So if you would, come on down, Tropical Cycle Docks. I'll take care of you.
Give it to me straight, Doc. I can take it.
Well, the operation was a complete success.
Are you ready to take your scoot to the next level? The Docs have the cure. Wide conversion packages from only $35.95. 15-day turnaround on most models. Price includes parts and labor. You dream it, we build it. Tropical Cycle Docks, Premier Customs.
Tropical Cycle Docks. We don't fix them.
We heal them.
Take 2 road trips and call me in the morning.
Debbie with Born to Ride TV, and we're asking you to save a very important date. That date would be September 8th. It's for the 8th annual Jason Burnett Memorial Ride, and this is Mr. Burnett with you today. And Mr. Burnett, how did this all get started 8 years ago?
Well, it's just a group of local riders down in the St. Cloud Kissimmee area. One of our committee members just decided that we wanted to do something to support our service people that are serving overseas, our men and women in the military. Just so happens we decided to support the USO and the Greater Jacksonville Area USO and support their care package program.
Tell us a little bit about the USO and what these packages do for our troops.
Well, we work directly with the Greater Jacksonville Area USO. It's one of the few USO centers in the state of Florida. 100% of the proceeds that we raise goes directly to the USO in Jacksonville and supports the families that either serve in Florida or live in Florida, plus the care packages that get sent and deployed to our deployed members serving overseas. We just recently got a photograph, sent one of our banners that we send over, just a signature banner that lets the guys over there know how much we appreciate them. From a forward unit serving in Afghanistan. So we know our efforts are paying off. The military that are deployed, our forward troops, really appreciate what we do and certainly appreciate what the USO is doing for them.
All right, let's get a little bit of details about the ride. It's on September 8th and the registration starts at?
The registration, actually you can register online now. There's a website, www.USO Benefit Ride. You can go there. It tells you all the events, our sponsors, all the important information. The ride is at Orlando Harley South. We have kickstands up at 10. In the morning we have some entertainment. We have a continental breakfast. Once the ride comes back, it's about a 70-mile police escorted ride. Your feet never touch the ground from the time you leave to the time you come back. You come back, Carrabba's Italian Grill is our sponsor for the lunchtime meal. The raffles, giveaways, live entertainment, refreshments, till everything's gone.
Well, Mr. Burnett, you and your staff have done a fabulous job. A lot of volunteers helping you put this all together. Thank you for your time and volunteering and helping and supporting our troops. If you're interested in getting involved, you can call them at
407-892-2246 is the main number, or you can go to www.usobenefitride.com and you can get all the information and contact information off that website.
All right, save the date, September 8th. This is making a difference, the USO Benefit Memorial Ride. Stay tuned, there's more coming up with Born to Ride.
Wow, an expensive custom paint job? No, it's Grace Effects water transfer printing, spray-on chrome, and hydro imaging. Create your own high-end custom graphics at a price that anyone can afford. Grace Effects can do it all, from design to professional application. If you can dip it in water, we can make it custom. Auto, motorcycle, and boat parts, guns, collectibles, prosthetics, antiques, and so much more. That's Grace Effects of Newport Richey, the new modern way to customize anything.
Thursday, September 13th to Sunday, September 16th. Phil Peterson's Key West Poker Run. Winner takes all. A new Harley-Davidson Sportster 883 Iron or $6,000 cash. Big Bike Riders Children Foundation Classic Bike Show. Saturday, September 15th. Sponsored by Yingling. Sign up online at petersonsharley.com or after September 1st at either Peterson's locations. 9 to 3 at Dirty Harry's and Rick's. All bikes welcome to benefit Diabetes Research Institute, Key West Rotary Club. Look out for Born to Ride TV because we want to put you on our TV show and in Born to Ride magazine. That's Thursday, September 13th through Sunday, September 16th. vending info, lodging info, it's all there at KeyWestInfo.com. Presented by Phil Peterson's Key West Poker Run, LLC. The Florida Keys, Key West. Close to perfect, far from normal.
Born to Ride magazine, the hottest, baddest, most popular magazine for the biker lifestyle. Hard-hitting, action-packed, up-to-date, real content, exclusive stories and interviews that always leave you wanting more. Local and national coverage that you can always count on. Born to Ride magazine can now be delivered directly to your door. Only $39.95 for 12 issues. Act now. Act now, and the first 100 orders receive free. The best of Born to Ride TV Volume 1 DVD. Order now. Order now. 888-795-5779 or check out BornToRide.com. Born to Ride.
Hey, Jerry Motorman Palladino here for Born to Ride TV with my tip of the week. Now here's a terrible sight. So many bikers fear this more than anything. What are you gonna do when the bike is laying over on its side? Well, I'm gonna show you the easy way to pick the motorcycle up. What I'm gonna do is get my hip up against the side of the seat, and I'm gonna push on a 45-degree angle. So I'm not really picking up the bike or straining my back. I'm simply pushing on a 45-degree angle. It's gonna look just like this. As soon as I get it up, put the kickstand down. Nothing to it, but I know what you're thinking. You're saying, wait a second, this bike weighs 400 or 500 pounds. I've got a big Harley or a Goldwing or a 900-pound motorcycle. What do you do then? You're gonna be stuck for sure. Only a He-Man, a bodybuilder could lift something like that. Let's take a look. Now we have here Mary Ann Hamilton, and she rides a 2005 Electric Glide Screaming Eagle. Bike probably weighs about 750 to 780 pounds, but using the proper technique, even someone of small stature like her can pick up the bike. Now, the first thing she's gonna do is grab the grip with her right hand, pull it to full lock. She's gonna grab the rear crash guard or any place low on the back of the bike. She's got her butt against the seat, and she's simply gonna walk the bike back up on a 45-degree angle. She's using her legs and not her back. Once you get the bike up, you put the kickstand down. And that's all there is to it. If you want to be a better rider, you got to practice, but you have to know what to practice. For more tips, tricks, and techniques, log on to www.ridelikeapro.com. See you next week.
What are some of your favorite bikes? I mean, we have nearly 240 bikes here. There must be some.
Oh, you know, they're all favorites. And a lot of people ask, what's your favorite bike or what do you ride the most? And I don't really have an answer for that. You know, they're all favorites in some way. Probably the bikes I've ridden the furthest would be the 17 Henderson 24-hour endurance bike, Maldwin Jones's old factory racing bike. I rode that bike from Los Angeles to New York in 1997. And the bike that Wayne rode in the Great American Race, the prototype Flathead 80 that we took on our ride up on the Parkway. What a great bike that is. I've ridden it probably 30 or 40,000 miles in the last 10 years.
Tell us a little bit about the museum in the fact that we have themes that work throughout the museum here, different periods.
You're right. Right now we're sitting on the porch of a teens motorcycle shop, and behind that door, let's see, there's a Wagner motorcycle from 1909. There's a 13 Harley. There's an old Excelsior Twin and a Yale. There's actually 28 brands of American motorcycles here, and right around us there's some interesting machines. A 1916 Flying Merkel, the rare messenger pigeon carrier that many people enjoy. And the other thing that really makes this look is all the pictures, posters, and all the things inside that building that are all very representative of a teens motorcycle shop. Further in the back is a recreation of an old Harley-Davidson dealer in Energy, Illinois, George Swim. And the workbenches and tools and fixtures, many of the bikes in that back shop were George's stuff. One of the favorite displays here is the hill climb display, which is a 45-foot circle of dirt, rocks, put together with probably the best collection of rare American hill climbing bikes in the world.
Something I like about the museum, a lot of bikes here are not restored, they're just as they are. What's your concept about that? You know, you go to some museums, collections, everything's completely immaculate and restored.
You know, I had one fellow comment today that he really enjoyed the unrestored bikes. But what he was amazed with is that the unrestored bikes, the condition of them, the preservation of them. So I think many times you see an unrestored machine not in running condition. what you're going to find here is hopefully mechanical perfection. So all these old machines that have passed through the shop, before they get out the door, I try to do what I have to do to make it run and drive. So part of the integrity of this museum is keeping these rare motorcycles alive, whether they're in original condition or a restored beauty.
Where do you work on the bikes?
You know, I've got a 2,400 square foot shop at the rear of the building. Occasionally I'll work on the bikes in some of the old shops. But it's a very efficient shop. I pretty well work it myself. I got a couple friends that help out occasionally. And in fact, I was able to crank out 6 complete motorcycles last year in my spare time.
A word for someone who might want to be coming to visit.
I guess people don't really understand what's here until they experience it. So you can talk about it till you're blue in the face. And people don't really understand Wheels Through Time until they've had the experience. So I can only hope that the visual impression that people receive in just seeing us chat here is enough to make them come. And once they come, of course, they will send a friend.
So basically, they've got to come in and say they're Born to Ride viewers, and they're going to get a good tour.
I'll tell you what, if they mention Born to Ride, we'll do something special for them.
Here at Wheels Through Time, everything comes to life. We are the museum that runs.
Well, as you can see, Wheels Through Time is a very interesting place and very much worth your while if you're ever in western North Carolina. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time on the road.